Hold on. Hey guys. Sorry, I think we had some Wi-Fi issues. Can you guys see me? Hello. I'm gonna wait until I see some chat talk here. It's live. Hi everyone. How are you? I'm in beautiful upstate New York. Not that far upstate, but I'm in New York State, not New York City. And that's why we're in a different setting. What's on my eye? Hi, everyone. So I have a very, very special guest with me today. I have my very best friend, very, very best friend. He knows me better than I know myself.
Hi, everybody.
I feel like, and I think we've said this before, you're like the male version of me. You're like my brother from a different mother.
Virgo energy.
Virgos. Two Virgos right here. So he has graciously agreed to be on this live stream with me today. I figured, Heather says hi.
Hey.
We've got Italy, we've got Paris, Australia, Vegas. Oh my God, yay, Virgos in the hey, and P. So I thought it would be fun to do like an assumptions about me video. I've done this before where I've like pre-recorded and I put it up, but I thought it'd be fun to kind of do like a live stream version of this and have Matthew kind of answer them. We're gonna do this kind of impromptu. So if this turns into a shit show, that's why. But I had put out a request on my community tab on YouTube and also on Instagram. I don't think I got that many responses on Instagram or Twitter. So we'll just go with your assumptions about me on my community tab here. Let me pull that up.
I love how global this is. You have like Germany. Hey, Germany.
Denmark.
Canada, Denmark. That's awesome. And America. Nice. New York City. Nice.
Alaska. Amazing.
Louisiana. That's amazing. Hey, guys.
Julie's a long-time subscriber. She's a Pisces.
Oh, nice. All right, Pisces power.
Pisces power. You're moving more.
All right, sure. Sorry.
Get closer to me.
Get closer.
I think your husband. So this is Matthew's beautiful lake house. It's gorgeous, and his husband. I think he's outside power washing still. I still hear it going.
Power washing that deck. the things you do in the country.
Yeah. So, Cynthia's wondering. Well, let's talk a little bit about us first, actually. So I've known Matthew for 23 years.
Long time.
Super long time. Sorry, it says the chat. Oh no, that's fine. Super long time. And how did we meet? We have a friend in common.
We have a mutual friend in common, and It was 4th of July-ish, and we were going to go away for the weekend, and we met through a friend. And then I met Michelle, thought she was awesome, of course, right away. But then she promptly slept for like 22 hours or something. She was exhausted when I met her. Remember? And I was like,
yes.
She's fabulous, but she sleeps a lot.
I think I've talked about this in other videos of mine when people will just ask me about me, and Matthew, of course, knows this about me. But if you leave me like unattended for too long, I'll just sleep. I just fall asleep. Matthew, you look like Chris Knopf. Is that Mr. Big?
Yes, Carrie. Yes, Carrie.
Oh. Yes.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
But so we met, and it was like a holiday weekend. And actually, I think it was like a week after you met your husband, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So it was like a lot was going down in that like 7 to 10 day period. You met your husband, and then we met.
Yeah. So whenever I celebrate like my dating anniversary with my husband, I will text Matthew and wish him a happy like friend anniversary.
Yes.
So that's what we do.
Yes. But 23 years ago. It goes fast, y'all.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. So Matthew also, this is an example of what an amazing friend in person Matthew is. So when we had Superstorm Sandy here and Manhattan was pretty much just flooded out and everything was like ruined, the subways, everything. My particular building out in Long Island City in Queens was flooded. And so I was displaced from my apartment for almost 6 months. Yeah, almost 6 months. And so my husband, myself, and our very like infirmed dog at that point, Brigitte, my pug. We stayed with Matthew and his husband, Mark, in their 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment.
It was awesome.
It was fun. It was fun, but it was like, you guys, I mean, it was amazing.
It was like, I mean, we always say this, but it's true. It's like, I cannot live with anyone, like, there's no one else besides, obviously, Mark, that I could live with for such a long period of time, because we just are like, I don't know.
Like, it was fine.
Yeah, we're kind of like chill together and same kind of wavelengths and energy levels. And it was, it was like, I didn't want it to end, to be honest with you. I wanted you guys to stay with us forever.
And we left before we could actually move back into our apartment.
Right.
Miguel and I were just, my husband and I were just like, we can't, like, you don't ever want to get to that point where you're a guest and you get kicked out. Like, you want to leave.
Leave before the party's over.
Exactly. So we were like, let's just leave. So we actually had to rent something else for like a month, and then we moved back into our apartment. It was such a mess. But yeah, and we had like Christmas together.
Yes, Michelle made these amazing handmade ornaments, these knitted ornaments that we still have.
Little sweaters.
Yeah, these little sweaters. They were awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see. What else is going on in the chat here? Yeah, true friend. Why do both of you look younger than me and I'm in my 20s? It's the camera. It's the camera. No, Matthew looks very young. And in fact, my friend Jen, my like oldest and dearest friend, she's like, how old is Matthew? I'm like, he's just 2 years younger than me. I'm like, he's like 44 or whatever. She's like, he will always be in my mind and look 29. I'm like, I know.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, all right, let's do some, is there any other stories you want to regale them with?
No, if you guys have any requests for any dirt or nitty gritty over the last 23 years, let me know, and I'm happy to share some.
Don't embarrass me. Another warning is whenever I'm around Matthew, my New York accent comes out in like a really weird way. So just.
Your New York, New Jersey
my
accent.
New York, yeah.
Ooh, best trade and worst trade, Michelle. These are good.
These are good. Do you want to start there and I'll.
What's drunk Michelle like? This is drunk Michelle.
I just fall asleep. I mean, it's why I don't drink anymore, because it's like worthless. Yeah. Completely worthless.
Yeah.
I think I'm happy for a little bit, and then, like I get giggly and then I just fall asleep. Where I've had like gotten kicked out of bars because you can't fall asleep at a bar in New York. That's like the biggest no-no. If you like start nodding off, like a bouncer will come over and like wake you and be like, get out. So yeah.
Yes, but good times until that moment of like sleep kicks in. Good times.
Good times.
Fun laughs and good times.
That like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Actually, yes, Julie, I agree. But in those 20 minutes, she's definitely raving out.
Oh, a right raver, table dancing, potty mouth.
Potty mouth.
I do have
a little bit.
I do have a potty mouth.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. I keep it to a minimum on YouTube because I don't want to get demonetized. But yeah, I have a really horrible potty mouth.
Like a sailor.
Like a sailor. See, there it is. Do you indulge in wacky tobacco? Matthew definitely does not. I have, but it's not my thing because that's another one. That's like even faster. It's like 2 minutes and I'm out, like drooling out, peeing in my pants. Like it's awful. It's awful. I'm just I'm already too calm.
Looks like Melissa has your sleepiness too. She got kicked out of
Studio
54 in Vegas. Atta girl.
Oh my God. It just and it's so embarrassing because people are like, what drugs is she on? I'm like, no, I'm just a good sleeper. Oh my God. Okay. All right. I want these to be like impromptu. So
what are these are like assumptions about you?
Yes.
Okay. And then I'm going to like validate or say, hey, this is spot on or this is cray cray.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. These are actually pretty funny. So, okay. I think you're an 80s and 90s metal hair band fan. I also think you do YouTube for the fun of it.
That's what someone assumes.
Yes.
80s, 90s. That would be like Def Leppard or like Warrant or Striper or I don't think so. You're not 80s hair band. I think you're more like new wave. I think of you as more like Depeche Mode and like Erasure and and kind of that angsty, hard, life is so challenging, nobody loves me, with like a keyboard and a synth machine and like an 808 drum machine.
Yes.
Like, that's how I think of your sort of go-to music. And then house music too, because I know you like house music and dance music too.
Yeah.
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 Well, I met Matthew after college, a year after I graduated, right? 96, a year after I graduated. And I was into hair bands like in high school because I did grow up in Jersey. I mean, not to be stereotypical,
like
but
Bon Jovi, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Nice. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame.
Slippery when wet.
Slippery when, yes. Runaway.
What was I gonna say?
There's so many good songs.
But Def Leppard was my favorite.
Def Leppard was, yeah.
Yeah. Still love them. But still, actually, I think one of you is coming to Vegas to see Def Leppard like in October or something.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, I totally need tickets for that for sure.
Yeah, no, Def Leppard, my brother loved Def Leppard too. I mean, they're like a super fun 80s band.
Totally. And they're British, so they have a little bit of edge. And the drummer only has one arm. I mean,
he plays like with his feet and stuff.
Yes,
yeah,
it's
on both feet. It's kind of amazing for like 30 years or something. I think he was like in a car accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Because you do like Def Leppard. I'm just saying, like, no, you definitely like Def Leppard. That does feel familiar. But I think, I think of you as like new wave queen, like in the early days.
Yeah, that is definitely more my jam.
Yeah.
Where did you grow up in New Jersey? I grew up in like Split. So the first half of my childhood was in Manalapan, Englishtown. So that's like down the shore. That's like Bon Jovi territory. And then, oh, sorry, I got distracted by the chat. And then the second half of my childhood was up in Berkeley Heights, and that was more north, closer to the city. Okay. Next assumption. I assume you love fancy cheese.
I think you like all cheese. I think you like all fromage, right? I think you know,
I do.
Give me some like shredded supermarket Mexican cheese, or give you some like bougie, fancy schmancy like brie or something. I think you like all cheese. Like I think you would eat like Alouette.
Yeah.
And then you would eat something that was like $1 gazillion that was from like a delicacy market or something.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
What's your favorite cheese?
I have a few. I have a few. And it's funny because in my later years, like I went through like a really fancy cheese phase, where you buy it by the pound. It's like, you go to your cheesemonger, the whole thing. But I've come back to really appreciate American cheese, which I know is not cheese at all. But nothing melts as evenly as fake cheese.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
And Velveeta. Do you like Velveeta?
I do like Velveeta. I do. It has its time and place. But what's my favorite cheese? I think I do like brie. I do like a really creamy brie. I like anything. I like that kind of cheese that has cranberries in it.
What about like this is a newer thing, like, well, we're going to like the whole cheese spiral. It's like horseradish cheese or like truffle cheese. Like that's like a thing now, like horseradish, like with a little bit of bite and it's like spicy, but it's
yes. I enjoy that too. Yeah. I even like a good like foot cheese, like the really stinky.
I'm sorry, what?
Really like super stinky cheese. I really like stinky cheese. I love blue cheese. Anyway.
I totally thought you meant something else. And I was like, oh God, that's gross.
Keystone cheese. Yeah. And cheese makes everything better, I feel like. So I think I've talked about this too. I try and eat paleo. Mm-hmm. But what constantly takes me down, because you're not supposed to have dairy on paleo, is cheese. And that's what always breaks my paleo, is I have to have cheese. There's nothing else. I can get over milk, sugar, grains, bread, everything except for cheese. Okay. Let's and sorry, someone's commenting about the light coming in and out. This has like auto lighting, so I apologize, but yeah, every time.
Yeah, I mean it's a MacBook Pro, so
yeah,
sorry about that.
I know the camera's crappy. Oh, I assume that you don't watch a lot of reality TV.
They think you don't watch reality TV.
That's their assumption, yeah. I
think that is incorrect. I believe you enjoy a lot of reality TV.
Okay. Wait, you have to, sorry, I have to hide this person. You have to explain, because I don't watch. There's a lot of reality TV I don't watch.
No. True. But there's some where you go really deep in and you're like a subject matter expert in, AKA hoarders. You're good on hoarders. You're not a hoarder.
I'm not a hoarder.
But you're very well versed in the hoarding reality show, they're kind of amazing human stories too at the same time.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. I think, I'm always amazed at a hoarder's home. It's amazing to see. And then I'm always very interested in how did that happen?
Yeah.
Like, how does that happen? That's what I'm always very, very interested in. And it always seems like, like they just had some sort of trauma in their lives.
Yeah, it's hard.
What's the other one I really like? Now I'm quizzing poor Matthew.
Reality. Like Law and Order?
No, that's not reality.
Oh, that's not reality. No.
That's a drama TV show.
Drama TV show, sorry. Based on reality, ripped from the headlines.
Yeah.
I'm blanking. I'm sorry, I'm blanking.
I do love My 600-Pound Life.
Oh, yes, that's true.
I love it because it's the same idea. Obviously, I think some people are genetically disposed to being larger than others, but I do think that there's generally, to eat to that level, that there's some trauma happened. And usually it's very sad. Usually it's like sexual molestation or just something really devastating. And then you just start to really feel for those people. I don't know, I get very involved. Very involved.
Yeah, I mean, the best parts of reality TV do give you a sort of snapshot into someone's life, and not just. I mean, then there's like trashy, which is also can be fun too and amazing. Like we have some friends that are like obsessed with multiple levels of Real Housewives. It's like Real Housewives on Real Housewives on Real Housewives. But not that I think you're watching that kind of stuff, though. Yeah.
There's a lot of weirdos on here today. Hi, Takashi. I just met Takashi yesterday or the day before. Wonderful makeup artist based in New York. Oh my gosh, Carla, that's my good friend in Vegas.
What did Michelle's makeup look like 20 years ago? It looked like nothing. Is that fair to say?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I think in the beginning, Michelle is, is gorgeous inside and out, but was just very just natural, like no makeup or anything at the beginning. I think you just like brushed your hair and like showed up.
Yeah.
I think, 20 years ago, at least 20 years ago, that I can remember. Maybe sometimes it was like a fancy night, or we're going to like a special event, or we're going out like to celebrate someone's birthday, or like we're celebrating like an anniversary or something. But yeah, I think like not 20 years ago. I think you were just special time makeups, if that's a thing.
Yeah. And I've talked about this a lot too, but I had really bad eczema. So I couldn't wear makeup. So by the time it was like, I would toy around with it in college, and I met Matthew after college. And then by the time I was done with college, like my eczema was bad, and I was just like sick of like dealing with it. And I was like, I know the makeup is not making it any better. So I didn't wear makeup for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Which I think is also sort of cool, because like as a long-term friend, I was like, it was nice to see you kind of use like makeup and even the work that you do, with your subscribers and the folks who kind of follow you, like in as like a mature adult. I don't know. It's like a different kind of like approach. It's not like, it's like applying sort of your own personal style and your own, like using makeup as kind of like this fun, but useful way to kind of like transform yourself, and doing that at a stage when you're not like, when you're a little bit older and more mature. I think that's kind of awesome. I think I love to even just as your friend sort of see it, like the discovery process and sort of the growth and like, just sharing those things and stuff. It's pretty amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Seriously.
Oh my God. There it is again.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. What was Michelle's most embarrassing moment? There's a lot.
There's a lot. Yeah. I don't know. Am I allowed to beverage? It's just water?
Yes, you can beverage. Even if it wasn't just water.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
I have water too.
I don't know. I think you're not one who gets easily embarrassed, I would say. So Even if it's something that seemed like to others would be like totally shocking, I think you'd just be like, okay, that happened.
I don't embarrass easily.
Yeah.
I don't embarrass easily. In fact, my husband says I have an overdeveloped fuck you gene. I'm just like, what? Was that a problem?
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah. What was embarrassing? What I know there's so many. I know there's plenty. We'll have to think.
I mean, I can think of something that is like embarrassing to share. It's not like necessarily like embarrassing. It's like, because we have known each other for so long, in the early days of our friendship, the movie Titanic was like a really big thing. And so we saw Titanic in the movie theater, and we both had this very like emotional reaction to it. And so then like and Titanic is like a 3-hour movie for those who have seen it. And then the next day we were like, we need to see it again.
Like none of us could stop thinking about it. It was us and like what, two of our other friends.
Yeah.
And we both like, we all like slept over like one person's house, because we were young, one person's apartment. And we woke up the next day and we're like, we can't stop thinking about this movie. So then we went back to see it 6 more times.
Like 6 more times, something insane.
6 more times, something stupid.
Insane. And then like, so that's kind of embarrassing, because to admit that you saw it in the movie theater like 6 or 7 times.
Especially when you watch it now, because I don't think it's aged well.
That's what it hasn't aged well. I mean, it was kind of breakthrough at the time, right? And so there was an emotional kind of story, all that kind of stuff. But yeah. I did watch it like with my family, like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, not the whole way through. And I'm like, some of it's amazing, but some of it did not age that well. That we needed to see it 6 or 7 times, paid in the movie theater.
Yeah, and in New York, it's like $20 each time. Oh my God, yeah. That was. What else have we done?
That's embarrassing, or just that we've done like a lot? I don't know.
That's embarrassing.
I don't know.
Oh my God, Penn Smith Skincare is here. Love her channel. Jack did not have to die in the Titanic. I know. I mean, I think we were screaming that by the end. We were like, room. Just get on. There was room.
It was cold, but there was room.
There was room. Damn you, Rose. You princess. Oh my God, my aunt was one of the many makeup artists on that set.
It was a huge cast and crew, that movie. Yeah. Damn you, Rose. It's been 84 years. Sorry.
Oh man, okay. Oh my gosh, Paola's here from Mayak Tibetan Fibers, best yarn in the entire world. Okay, wait. Can you think of any other embarrassing thing? Because that's a good one.
Not on the top. I'll have a think.
That's like something I've forgotten. Oh, what about?
It's filed in there.
This is such a Michelle move. When we went down to Miami,
and
we went to what was it called? The music festival, the Winter Music Festival.
Oh yeah, the Ultra Music Festival. Oh my God, I forgot about that. The Ultra Music Festival in Miami, which is like happens during Winter Music Conference, which is like in February or March. It's like this big international event where all these like different DJs and musicians come together, and there's a whole bunch of shows. An Ultra Music Festival, which I actually think just ended recently. They had this huge outdoor festival. Is that what you're talking about? And then something you had to go somewhere at the festival, and then
we were looking for the bathroom.
Go
ahead, tell them.
I think I was like walking several steps behind you, but you were looking for the bathroom. We had just gotten there, so we just paid all this money to go in. It was super fun. And they were like, I have to go to the bathroom. I think it was you had to go to the bathroom.
And we were in Miami for this show.
Yes.
We were in Miami for the show. It wasn't like we just stumbled upon it.
And then Michelle proceeded to exit to go to the bathroom, but ended up walking out of the venue. But we were only there for like 5 minutes. Walked out of the venue, and then the security guard wouldn't let us go back in. So...
But no, it was like we walked out and realized the bathroom wasn't there, and just turned around. They're like, no, and we were like, we were like 5 steps out of the exit, and I was like, you just saw us walk out. Oh, I was so pissed.
And then we waited on like a bus line to go back to like South Beach or something. Yeah, it was a lot. That was
special.
Yeah, that was a special moment.
Special. Okay, this is a good one, because this, I think, applies to both of us. I assume that you have very little patience for people /friends /lovers for being clingy, since you are more rational and less emotional.
I think yes. I'd say yeah. I don't think you like the idea of like, you are very upfront, and you are who you are. And I think it's like, you don't suffer fools. So I think like clingy isn't, not clingy, but someone who's like not clear and not direct. I think you're very clear and very direct. You know, like you kind of know where you stand. At least I feel like I do as your friend. I think clingy, I don't know, that's loaded in a way now that I think about it, because it's not people who are like, you know, you're very warm, you're very funny, you're very gentle. You're not just like prim and proper all the time.
A cold bitch.
No, oh my gosh. Wait, that's the second curse word you said. You're allowed to say curse words on this YouTube channel?
You are. I'll probably get demonetized, but that's okay.
I'm trying to be very like Good Morning America style or something.
I know.
No, but I think you're very just intuitive, I guess. Like, I think you like when people are kind of BSing or not, or they're just like putting on airs, I think you're good about sniffing that out and just being really direct. I think you are who you are. And so if it's fake or phony, I think you sniff that out really easily. Okay.
And is that how you're perceiving clingy?
I think so. Maybe I'm misinterpreting it, but that's how I received that transmission.
That assumption.
That assumption.
I think I'm kind of perceiving it as needy, and I don't like needy people. Yeah, because I'm like, what's wrong with you? I'm always like, what's wrong with you? Oh, Cynthia. Yeah. Oh, that was Cynthia's question. Hi. Yeah, in the sense of needy. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I don't mind. I don't know. This is very black and white, but like if my husband like broke his leg and he needed me to like bring him dinner and like do stuff for him, that's fine. I'm needy in that way. I don't like emotionally needy people, because I'm like, just get it together. Like take care of it. Okay, so that makes me think of something else then, because I think like we've always said this in different ways throughout the years, but it's like that ability to not sort of suffer fools, or to not like be drawn to needy emotion, makes you like a very dependable person, like in the event of something going wrong, like when we've had like shitty things happen in our lives, or like bad things with family and stuff, like, you know, like I know I can always say, hey, Michelle, I need to, and then you're just like direct, and you're there, and like you're just really present, and without it becoming like an extra level of like charge or confusion, or like an accelerant for something that's crazy or sad that's happening. It's just like you're so like solid, you know what I mean? So I think that is a unique thing. So I think that's true. Cynthia, if we're looking at it in that way, which is different, because not like, you know, it's hard sometimes to separate your mind and your body and your heart, and like, but you're very solid, you're very dependable. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a reaction of me. Like, I'm sure you guys have all experienced this. If I ask someone for advice, or if I'm going through something, it's like such a pet peeve of mine if they start to just regale me with their stories of like how awful their day or life has been or whatever. And that, it just annoys me. So I'm always very like conscientious about that. Like if someone's asked me for advice, like I'm not going to insert myself so much. Obviously the advice I give is from my viewpoint anyway. So anyway, that's but I think there's another layer to it, just to be clear. Like, you're also like not a bitch. So it's not that you're like mean, you know what I mean? Like I think you're incredibly sweet and incredibly generous. But there's a nice duality to that, where you're like, okay, I'm solid, I'm dependable, I'm here, like I can deal with this. And then you're also just like, you know, you're very generous outward. It's not like you're like, I don't care about that, you know, whatever. You're solid in multiple ways. So thanks. I just want to give a shout out to a couple of, oh my God, Allison is here. So Allison Page is here. She is one of my dearest friends in New York. I just hung out with her a bunch when I was in the city. You are not an emotional mess. Hey, Allison. Silly. But I did just want to give a shout out to a couple of YouTubers that are on here. I see them pop up. So Penn Smith Skincare is on here. She's awesome. If you guys haven't checked out her channel, by all means, she's an advanced esthetician. And then we've got Ann P Makeup and More. She does a lot of anti-aging videos, and she's like absolutely amazing. And Abby Bliss White, amazing. She's like a nutritionist, I believe, does like Pilates, like just is like kind of like a health nut, someone I wish I was more like, but she does amazing makeup videos too. So I just wanted to shout them out. And if there's anyone else on here that I've missed, please just go nuts in the chat. Just promote your channel, please. Okay, let's do another assumption. This feels awkward because we're just sitting around talking about me. It's very weird. Okay. Oh, I don't know if you know this about me. I assume that you were a bad teenager, sneaking out / breaking rules / drinking / partying.
Yes. Do tell. Do tell. We await.
So her assumption is right. I was a bad.
I think so. Weren't you a pain in the butt? I mean, I know you were like very like studious and that kind of stuff, but there has to be like a little wild streak. There had to be at least a moment of renegade rebel Billie Jean.
Yeah. And I feel like, I wasn't that kid that was just like, I hate you. I'm not going to do anything you say. I'm going to do the exact opposite. I just always, and you know this about me, I just don't like doing anything I don't want to do, So I'm just like, whatever, I don't want to do that. So I won't do it. And yeah,
But did you have like a wild and crazy like period?
It's weird because I never thought it was wild and crazy because I feel like a lot of rebellious teens like rebel to be like, I'm this wild and crazy kid. Again, I just did stuff that I wanted to do. So I have an older brother who's 4 years older than me. And he taught me how to drive. So at a really young age, before I had my license, I would steal my parents' car and drive it around at night.
And where would you go?
Just around.
Would you go like shopping or to like?
No, it would be at night.
Oh, so dangerous.
I know. It was like, I did that. I cut school all the time in high school. I think I was just bored and I just wouldn't go to school and I would take the train into the city, into New York City and just like hang out in Washington Square Park. And it was such a good time in Washington Square Park in the 80s. Not that safe, but it was a very like fun and creative time.
It was very creative, like lots of different kinds of people. Well, it's funny you say that because I was thinking the same thing. I feel like for some people, whether they're in the Netherlands or they're like moving to a major city, like moving to New York is kind of an act of rebellion, right? Like even just saying, hey, I want to like, I don't know, like go to where there is crazy energy or there's just different types of creativity or different slices of life. And so that's kind of like a very rebellious act too. I grew up like around the New York vicinity too. And so even like when I moved to New York, it was like, I feel like that was an act of like power and like rebellion to being like, okay, I want to like shift things up or something too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I also don't like the idea of you driving a car as a young lady late at night on dark New Jersey roads.
I feel like, and when I think about this is so crazy, but I feel like the first time I stole my dad's car, I was like 10 or 11. Like literally.
That's so crazy.
I know. And I pushed it out of the driveway so they couldn't hear it. I pushed it out of the driveway. Oh my God. I never got caught. And in fact, if my parents are watching this, they're probably like, what?
I'm going to report you into your mom.
They're probably watching this like, what the hell? But I do remember, I mean, I was a typical like child of immigrants. So they were working all the time. My parents were like never, ever home. I was a latchkey kid, which was like so normal back then. Now, of course, can't do that. So I really just did what I wanted. Like my senior year, I think I almost got in trouble because I had like over the number of absences you could have. And I would just sign
we're so different in some ways. So I feel like I had perfect attendance in like 12th grade.
Matthew's very clean cut. Matthew's a good boy. But you had a great like high school experience. Though.
Yeah, I did. After the weird 9th grade. Everyone has a weird 9th grade. I had a strange 9th grade.
Gosh, childhood is like awful.
Yeah.
It's just terrible. Wait, there was one question that I thought, sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but Shauna Weisberg. Did Matthew meet and approve of your husband beforehand? So I met Matthew and my husband like almost at the exact same time. I had my first date with my husband like Friday night or Thursday night. And then Friday I met Matthew and we went to our friend's beach house. So I think Matthew kind of knows that both of us like the same amount. I think you would approve of Miguel.
I definitely approve. He is also a fabulous heart, amazing guy, so supportive, smart, funny, talented,
solid.
He's
another one.
Hysterical. Also a secret undercover karaoke singer in a large karaoke situation.
Wait, tell them that story. That was so funny. My husband he's quiet.
Yes.
He can be quiet. If he doesn't know you, he'll just let you talk. He likes to kind of like absorb a lot of things. And, you know, obviously he knows me very well and we've been married a long time and together a long time. And I always tell him, I'm like, I feel like I got the switch and bait because now he talks like incessantly. I'm like, okay, chatty Cathy. But wait, tell him about the karaoke.
I think I was either like turning 29 or I was turning 30 or something. And we went like 15 or 20 of us went to the East Village in the city and we went to this karaoke spot. And, you know, you just like kind of rent a room and you're like, you know, having cocktails and singing. And I think like someone had a Polaroid camera. I mean, it was very like non-digital, but like super fun. Yeah. And so like, you know, just like we're there for maybe an hour and there's like, you know, gone through groups of people singing and other people singing. And then there was like kind of a lull, but I think it was like Madonna Like a Prayer, maybe. I feel like it was Madonna Like a Prayer. And we were like, everyone was like, you know, what was it?
It was Like a Virgin.
Oh, it was Like a Virgin. It was like a something. So it was Madonna Like a Virgin. And it was like, everyone was singing, you know, like, ooh, like a or whatever. And then like, but everyone kind of stopped. And then you just heard, feel so good. Or something. And it was like, and then we all turned and we're like,
who was that?
When your heart beats. It was like Miggy, and he was singing.
It was so on the DL. Yeah, because we were all standing up and he's sitting on the couch and he's like looking down singing. Oh my God, it was so funny.
So very quiet, but yeah, I mean, quiet, but a secret singer.
A secret singer.
But solid guy, beautiful heart. Like as I said, he's just the best. He's so amazing.
He is the best.
Yeah.
And he's a Taurus, for those of you wondering. What did you study at NYU? I studied business, finance, and marketing. I was a double major. Matthew went to NYU as well. Would you like to talk about your background?
I was a dancer when I was younger, so I have a BFA in dance from Tisch School of the Arts.
Yeah.
And then I moved out of that and kind of moved to other things. But yeah.
Now he's in marketing.
Marketing.
The
technology companies.
And you know what's funny? Like the schools at NYU are very specific schools. So dance is part of Tisch, which is I would say the best school at NYU. That's where they have like the filmmaking and the
acting programs,
performing arts and stuff like that. And then Stern, the Stern School of Business that I was a part of, is also very good, considered to be very good. But I feel like all the schools like just made fun of each other. And I remember at graduation, we would all try and like out cheer each other because they would call out all the schools. Anyway, I remember, you know, being in business school, we always made fun of like liberal arts, you guys, whatever. We're like, so lame. Like, why would you do that? But these guys had classes like no one worked harder than you guys, like all the time. Like,
I agree.
We had classes for like 2 hours for like 4 days out of the week. And you guys were like full time, like all the time in class.
Yeah. You were sort of doing half like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, doing like your creative like classes, like dance classes or dance history. And then you were doing full academic classes, then going and rehearsing at night. You're kind of just doing that nonstop. So it's a good training ground. It's it's an amazing, you know, kind of environment to push you very far. But yeah, you're always kind of working.
I mean, always. Yeah. And it dawned on me, it was probably like my senior year, because, you know, we didn't like roll out of bed until noon. And this one time, I think I had to show up early. It was like business school. There's a ton of group projects. And so it was like, we had to meet up for group projects or whatever. And it was early, and all of the dancers, I remember, and the acting, they were all out and about or whatever, and like meeting, and like, they were already like on smoke breaks outside of the buildings. And I was like, oh my God, I was like, how do they do it? Yeah, they were amazing.
Wait, who was your your commencement speaker when you graduated? Neil Diamond?
Neil Diamond. He was our star, but he didn't do the talk. We had Sidney Poitier.
I don't know. That was before me. We had Steven Spielberg, I think, and Robert De Niro spoke for like 10 10 seconds.
He's
it was so fast. Yeah, it was so
Robert
fast.
De Niro. I don't know if any of you have ever met Robert De Niro in person. He's a wonderful actor. He is not charismatic.
Oh, in real life?
In real life.
Maybe he's just like, he doesn't want to be on all the time or something.
He's super awkward.
Yeah.
Anyway.
NYU, go Violets.
And go Violets.
Or something like that. Yeah.
Go Violets. Is Matthew into skincare? Matthew is into skincare. I'm going to answer for you now.
Okay, go ahead.
Matthew is into skincare, but Matthew, being a Virgo, we do have a very practical side to us. Like, I think you enjoy like a lovely, bless you, a lovely luxury level skincare product, but you're not going to like keep buying it. So I think Kiehl's. Matthew is like a very big like Kiehl's fan. Dermalogica.
I like Dermalogica.
Who else do you like?
I mean, those are the main ones. I mean, a little bit of like just like Dwayne Reed
stuff, like Dove for Men.
Like Dove for Men or something, yeah. I mean, I think this is, I don't know if this was exactly like the question, but like I always like aware of like taking care of your face on some level, although like I don't, myself wear makeup or anything, but like I always like moisturize my face, even when I was like a baby gay, when I was like
a baby gay,
12 or 13, I always was just like moisturizing and that kind of stuff. So at least do that, and I try like, I just try to like, put on stuff and not like go directly in the sun, that kind of thing.
Do you want to tell them about the time you shaved your eyebrows?
Oh, okay, sure. I guess I do. Well, we were talking earlier, like, I think it was like 8th grade, and we had like a class picture, and I went to Catholic school when I was younger. And when I was like 12 or 13 at the time, I'm Portuguese and Azorean. My mom was from the Azores, from San Miguel. And so I have very like dark eyebrows, and I had like a unibrow when I was like going through puberty, and we were going to do our class picture, and I was like so worried that I'd have this like unibrow. I did not know anything about Frida Kahlo or anything at the time, so I was not educated.
It was not cool.
It was not cool. And so then I just started to shave, and I got this like little brawn razor, and I was like shaving here, and I was like, what if I just go like this so that I have 2 eyebrows, not 1? And then it just like basically I had like half eyebrows. So I have half eyebrows in my 8th grade graduation picture with the tie on, with the hat, with my braces. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
But it was humbling. I was embarrassed as heck when it happened, but in hindsight, also my grandmother had that picture until like 5 years ago. Like when you go to her house, it would still be up, that exact moment in time from like 1989 or something. Mm-hmm. But to the earlier point, it's like, I don't know, like my mom like was like into like Avon products and stuff when like she was like a young little mom, and my grandmother always took really good care of her skin and stuff. So I always like had that like around me and was just aware of that, and just like washing your face properly and just like moisturizing, stuff like that. But
Kiehl's face masks are the best. Okay. Favorite Broadway show? That's on you.
Oh my God, what's your favorite Broadway show?
Would you like to tell people my feelings on Broadway shows?
You don't love the Broadway.
I don't love the Broadway.
You don't love the Broadway. I love the Broadway, of course, but
yeah.
Well, I don't know. There's so many. I mean, recently we just saw Beetlejuice the musical, which is really, really, really fun, actually.
Did Tim Burton have a hand in that at all? No, okay.
He didn't. And there's this other musical that's on Broadway now called Come From Away, which is a beautiful, beautiful, like hour-and-a-half musical, no intermission. That's beautiful original music, great cast. It's called Come From Away. I mean, of recent things, those are like really, really strong. Come From Away is amazing. Like it's one of those shows where like people come to New York and I'm like, what's she saying? Like, see, Come From Away.
I feel like, you told me about it.
Yeah. It's just a really beautiful story about like these people who lived in Gander during September 11th. And these planes got rerouted from the US airspace to Gander. And so this very small town had to basically take in all these international flights for like a week. And it's a story about these people's lives. And it's fun and goofy and sad and tragic and hopeful. And it's really, really, it's a beautiful show. So, I mean, of current things, I love Come From Away. There's classics too, obviously, like, Cabaret or Hello Dolly, that kind of stuff. But but I love Come From Away. I mean, of stuff that's currently playing, and Beetlejuice too.
Is Gander a Canadian small town?
It is.
Is that okay?
It is. Sorry,
Yeah.
yes, it is a Canadian small town. Or Newfoundland.
Oh, Allison's telling me I need to see Sweeney Todd. Yeah, that's totally up my alley. I mean, I've seen the movie.
Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street.
Yes, that's totally up my alley. My problem is I don't like musicals. I do like plays. I don't like when there's music involved. I feel like it becomes so disjointed.
I'm trying to broaden her worlds, people. I took you to the ballet.
The ballet I love.
Yeah.
The ballet I love. The symphony.
Yeah, we've never gone to the Broadway.
What did we just see together, Matthew? What did we just see together? Oh my God.
Am I blanking?
Mm-hmm. It was a play and it was magical.
Oh, but right, there were no songs. Well, there was Imogen Heap music. We saw Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. That was really great.
Wasn't that awesome?
Yeah, that was really, really great. But again, there's just music, but they're not really singing.
No, it's not a musical.
Yeah, but that's a beautiful, beautiful show too. Yeah. Yeah,
I want to say the most memorable Broadway play for me, because I will go see plays, was A Normal Heart.
It's amazing. That's an amazing.
That story is it's so New York, and it's so heart-wrenching, and it's such a specific time that we remember. Yes. And I went with my husband, and I mean, I'm laughing because it was so awful, but we decided to take ourselves out to dinner before going to the play. We had such a nice dinner. We both had really good days at work that day. We were in like such a good mood. And if you guys are familiar with A Normal Heart, the opening scene, so we sit down and we're like, we're on, date night or whatever. The opening scene just literally rips the heart out of your chest and just stomps all over it. And it's not even that long, but it's the opening act, and there was not one person. I mean, it wasn't even people were just kind of crying. People were like heaving, crying. They were so emotional over it. And we were just like, what just happened? Well,
it's a really intense, subject matter. It's like beautifully written by Larry Kramer. It's so powerful. Yeah. It's gutting. It's angry. It's so emotional, and it's just well written as well. It is one of the Rye shows when we saw the play too on Broadway, when we left, everyone left in silence. It's that sort of
like you were at a funeral.
Yeah. It's really a beautiful but
it's so powerful
story. Yeah. And I had read the play when I was in college too. I had a very progressive English teacher, or literature teacher, and we read a whole bunch of really great works, including The Normal Heart. We had read Beloved. We had read Bastard Out of Carolina, The Bluest Eye. We had read all of these things. So I was super appreciative, and I had not seen it before we went. Anyway. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. Don't get me started on the power of theater.
Oh my God. I know.
Pretty amazing.
Musicals. Okay, let's see if there's any other ones. Okay, sorry. Too much silence. Okay, here's an assumption. I'm reading off of YouTube again. You miss living in New York, but like the more relaxed pace of Las Vegas.
Yes, I think that's true. You love Vegas, yeah?
I do, but I do miss New York.
Yeah.
I do miss New York. I mean, I miss, now that I'm here, I miss Vegas, but that's because my husband's there, my dog's there, my things are there.
Right.
All the friends that I've made are there, but I mean, it's New York. It's my home. New York will always be my home, I feel like. And I do miss the pace, and I do miss the people. And I think I've said this before, and I say this all the time, but there really is a difference between East Coast and West Coast people and attitude, of course, as a generality.
Well, it took you not to interrupt you, sorry, but it was I remember when you moved to Vegas, you were I'm always so impatient. So I'm waiting in line, classic New York, where everything is really happening a bazillion miles a minute. And so you have to almost teach yourself to slow down. Because remember when you guys first moved, you're you're waiting to pick something up, and you were this was happening at a glacial pace, and you were wait, it's me. I need to calm the F down. You know what I mean? Getting used to that duality is just different,
Yeah, because in New York, I feel like the calmest person around. And in Vegas, I'm the most stressed out, anxious person around. Yeah, it's completely different.
Oh yeah, that's a good question. Do you miss the winters? Do you miss the seasonality?
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I love winter. It's not even like fall. I love winter.
Yeah.
I love when there are no leaves on the trees, snow on the ground. It's 20 degrees. Like that's my jam. So, this is what I don't miss. I'll say that about climate. I don't miss having to check my weather app every single day because in New York you have to. You have no idea what the temperature is.
You got to dress appropriately.
Yeah, it could be 55 or it could be like 95 at any time of the year, and you just have no idea. It could be raining, could not be raining. So yeah, to Norway.
Wait, let's go to Norway. I like this idea.
Yeah, I would love to go to Scandinavia. I think I
want to go to there.
I just thought Instagram is just, it's just so awful. But
I'm just thumbing up Erdco.
Oh, yeah. Norway is amazing. Let's do this. No.
I want to go to Norway.
But there's like, I think in Finland, there's like those igloo. Again, I saw this on Instagram, so who knows? But they're like igloo and they're like in snow. And I think you like, I don't know if it's like a hotel, like a whole bunch of the igloos or a hotel.
Like an Airbnb igloo?
I think so. But they actually look like igloos, like out of, oh yeah, the igloo hotels. Yeah. They look like out of the cartoon, like kind of igloos, like round with the round entryway.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and then I think obviously inside it's like fancy schmancy. But yeah, I would love to do that. All right, it's 3:55. I say we do one more. You guys have been so awesome. Oh, and they're warm inside. Yeah, that would be key.
You have to have like hand warmers and.
Yeah. Let me see. There was one. Okay. Now this is I'm not going to prompt Matthew or anything because this is so funny. I assume you are rich since birth.
No. No. You're a modern self-made lady.
Yeah.
And Duo even, and Miguel too. Yeah, you're both, totally self-made. No, not at all.
I think because of what I talk about, obviously people assume that I'm wealthy, which is fine. I don't care. Hey, think me rich. That's fine. But I'm not.
No.
But I'm not. I wish I was.
You're not financially rich.
I'm not financially rich. I am rich in every other way.
Yes.
Every other way.
Oh, that's funny. Why? Oh, because it's just more like a luxury. I mean.
Yeah, because I talk about fancy pants makeup.
Yeah.
And skincare, and I mean, just and then people will make judgments on you. I mean, I would assume that if I watched someone who just kept talking about expensive makeup, I'd be like, oh, that's probably rich.
But that's what I love even more about what you're doing is the fact that like curiosity around something or like interest or creativity around something can cross all of those things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like, I don't know, like why can't you be fascinated by those things?
Right. Right.
Without being that. I mean, that's part of like the magic,
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I have champagne taste too. Ann P, my Virgo sister. But I'm nowhere near rich. Yeah. I just like expensive things. Me too. I just like nice shit. That is it. You have to treat yourself. You do. Because no one else will.
Amen.
Amen, sister. All right, we are gonna go. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate all of your questions and assumptions. I'm sorry I didn't get to nearly as many as I thought we would. And thank you, Matthew.
Thanks for having me.
For joining me.
Oh my God, thank you.
I'm
very humbled. Thank you for having me.
It's so nice to have someone else to kind of like banter off of because doing it alone and trying to fill in like silent gaps is like, it's awkward sometimes. Anyway, thank you guys so much. And I will be home soon and back to a regular filming schedule. Did something just fly by?
Yeah, I think it's
okay.
by. Have a beautiful day, everybody.
Yes, have a good day. I'll see you soon. Bye.